Yo, welcome to Out the Pit. So tonight's topic, we're gonna have like, a little panel style, a couple people slide through this bit. And it's when do you cut family off is the topic. When do you know when to cut family off? Um, it's something I think everybody deal with. You feel me? Some it's easier said than done. Some struggle to do it. Some feel like they don't need to do it. Some feel like goddamn family just get a pass to run them up. You feel what I'm saying? Just because you're blood, and that's what I really mean as far as family. Family can be whatever it is whatever you make it, but relatives specifically, blood relatives specifically, you don't get to choose your blood relatives, and but you can choose your family. From my point of view, you feel me? But those blood relatives seem to feel like they, sometimes feel like they get a pass, or sometimes we feel like we have to get them a pass to do whatever and say whatever. You know what I mean? So again, the conversation tonight is when do you know to cut family off? So y'all do me a favor, smash that like button. You know what I mean? Get active if you feel like it, or you can sit back and chill. You know what I mean? But let me go ahead and bring the queen in. You feel what I'm saying? Like she on the Becoming Her. You feel me? AKA Sackcloth Queen. You feel me? Queen.
Yo, what up?
What's happening? What's happening? What's good with it?
Chilling.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the topic tonight? What you think? How do you think the shit finna swing?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see, because everybody has their own viewpoints and thoughts on it. Some people, like you say, let family run them up just because they family,
Mm-hmm.
and others don't have a problem with cutting people off.
And specifically,
So it's gonna be interesting to see what people have to say about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Let me see some people up in the chat. Shout out Fat Tatula, shout out OG Ron, opinion don't matter. Shout out to Awaken, what's happening? You feel me? Ron's opinion don't matter, okay? Ron Thornton. You feel me? You feel me? So yeah, hopefully let us know we coming
What?
in clear, everybody. Let us know if we coming in clear. Put a one in chat, we coming in clear.
Look like it say they saying clear. What up, Aunt?
All right.
How you doing? OG.
What's happening? What's happening? All right, appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So it's like I hear a lot of people, we're gonna get into it deeper. I got a couple of people coming, but I hear a lot of people be like, since the patriarch or the matriarch of the family, passed away, that things, sometimes has, starts to fall apart with the family and all that. But so I would definitely want to get in, definitely want to get in deeper with that, on why stuff like that happens when you like when grandma died, when daddy died, mama died, all that, the auntie died, passed away or whatever. Things seem to start going a little south. You feel me with the family? Hold on.
Is it
Things
that
start.
things are going south, or is it that it's just the family? It was already messed up to begin with.
So we gonna,
Everybody just,
yeah,
yeah, I guess, yeah.
say that, say that. Bam, what's good, brother?
Yo. What it do?
What's
What's
happening?
up, What's up, family? How we doing?
What's happening?
It's
Cool.
good.
Uh, shoot. I'm gonna echo Snake Man Pat, man. Uh, could be better, could be worse. So I can't complain. I'm in the same boat as everybody else. Just still good. As long as I'm breathing this good air, I'm good.
For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure.
Hope all is well for y'all. Am
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
Oh,
coming through clear?
Yeah, you good, bro.
Hey, Uncle Fat, Chatula, what it do? What it do? Oh, I gotta
Mm.
hit you, man, too. But yeah, what's up, cuz? Awaken.
What's happening? What's happening? All right. Bam. So what's your thoughts on cut, you know what I'm saying, cutting family loose, cutting mainly relatives and shit, you know what I mean? More so the topic. What's your thoughts on, should it be done when, does it need to be done? Should family get a pass? What's your thoughts? Relatives get a pass, should I say?
Um, I will say a pass, no. Should they get a little more leniency than everybody else? Yeah, to a certain degree. But are they can they be amputated? Absolutely.
Hmm. I feel that. I feel that. Do do y'all think it's do y'all think this is a bigger problem, something like this? Or first off, it clearly we see it's it could be an issue. You feel me? But is this something that goes on heavy in the black community? More so, I mean, we can only speak from the black community. That's all I mean. We really our experience is. But do you like as far as this type of shit? Do y'all think it's something really mainly pertaining to our community that we feel like
Yes.
owe some old people shit, or people feel like they're old stuff, family,
Yeah.
relatives, really?
Yes, because I be around a lot of people and I do wills and trusts like that at work. And people be in the lighter persuasion, they'll cut you off quick. They'll write you out that will real quick and they'll have no hesitation about it. I feel like blacks, us PLUs, we be the ones be trying to hold on. Oh, that's family, that's blood. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my opinion. But I see them cut family off real quick. They'll
Probably
write
for
you out the will.
a little bit of time, probably for a lot less.
Yep.
Don't even know you was cut out the will till they dead and y'all all at that
Until
table.
it's being read, until the will being read.
Motherfucker
Hey,
dead and gone.
hey, hey, the lawyer start closing up the briefcase and walk out. You be like, hey, what about me? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
We had this
William.
we
Oh
had
yeah,
this
yeah,
one guy,
yeah.
he changed his will about 20 times before he passed. And it was the right people in to take him out. Then when he get pissed off at him, he'll take him out. Then when he all right with him, he'll put him back in.
Man, and see the funny thing, like I say,
Petty.
most of us ain't got shit to leave behind. Like, at what point is that? At what point is that like goddamn, bro? Just look, let's take everybody up out this bitch. You feel like shit? You're like, damn, that's
Trying
a
to
lot
tell
of money.
you.
That's a lot of things. I get tired of all that shit. I just, what, shit, ain't nobody getting the
Look,
goddamn money. You
look.
know what I mean?
Nigga,
What sets the standard? What, like, exactly one to make you want, like, then what are they like? How do you end up in the wheel? It's shit. How do you end up in that wheel? Like, what do you do good to get in that motherfucker? Shit, at that point,
Stay on his good side.
mm, obviously.
hey,
That was his way of looking at it. You pissed him off, you coming out. You right in your eye.
Mm-hmm. Fat Tackle said that's a similar. He said it's similar in the Latino community as well. Hmm. He said blood should never get a pass. When you say pass, go a little deeper.
that's like what I said. I don't a pass. Nobody gets a pass. Some people get more leniency, but even that has a limit.
What's a pass?
Yeah, what is a pass though? What do you mean when you say a pass?
When I say a pass, it means they cross my non-negotiables. They cross my absolute. Don't cross this line with me. Nobody can cross that line. That's a pass. You cannot pass this line with my respect level or what I. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Hmm.
Anybody cross this line? Fuck you.
So
Especially
apology. Go
So
ahead.
is
especially if
that
you know
different
it.
levels? Is that I'm gonna say is there different levels for when it comes to who it is?
No, a pass or my line.
Yeah, your line, like, because like, how do people know what your line is? Do you just go around like, do how do people know what your line is?
I'm gonna
It's
stop you
one.
before.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it depends because every situation could be different. But
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked that question.
if you know me like that, like okay, for instance, we talking about relatives. They usually, not in every case, usually they know you pretty better than a stranger. So if they know you well enough, they should know where your line is, especially if you someone like me who vocalize what you won't tolerate and you still do it. And
So
like I said, family might even get a warning. They might even get a warning like, hey, like me, okay, for instance, I'm very private. And if I go to a family event and I hear my business that I told you, you might get one time where I'll be like, hey, look, maybe you didn't know. I don't play that shit.
hmm.
And that already is great. And I'm already kind of gonna create put a distance between me and you off of that already, because why are you anybody should know not to tell anyone business without their permit.
Yeah,
That's just common fucking sense.
that should be common sense, but people don't do that. People are quick to go run and tell. It
Well, look
should
at
be
it.
common sense.
Well, look at it like the law. Is the law lenient because you didn't know something was against the law? Hell no. You break it, too fucking bad. You should have knew better.
It's
So my
the law not
that's my
lenient,
law.
but the law not lenient, but sometimes the judgments are. The law don't give for the most part. You feel them? The law is the law, but the judgments give. The judger gives.
True.
Sometimes.
uh, um. Okay. Aunt said. Fantastical said. A pass is when they do you wrong and we turn a blind eye. So that's what I'm saying. Does that apply with everybody? Everybody, kids and all. You feel what I'm saying? Mama, daddy, sister, brother. You know what I mean? Do daddy get okay? Do mama get a pass that 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 sister don't
PK.
get? You feel what I'm saying? Do mama get a pass that sister brother don't get? You feel me? Do grandma get a pass that hell sister brother don't get?
Why would they get a pass? Let me ask that.
I'm just saying.
Why should someone get a pass?
What I'm saying, I asked specifically, does mother get a pass that sister brother or cousins don't get?
Just because she's my mother, was she a good mother?
Or well, I guess that depends on your situation. She was a good mother.
Yeah, depending on your situation.
My mother? Mm, yeah, I mean,
It's definitely so. What I guess I'm saying is level. It's definitely levels to the shit.
mm, see, I don't know about. See, it's hard for me to say because my mama never. I can't really relate to that. To
did,
say
did nothing to have to be.
she never crossed any. She never, I not to say your mom, respectfully to Mom Dukes, but she. This sounds weird to say that about her, but she never crossed me. Like she ride or die for her kids, no matter pretty much no matter what.
Do
Well,
you
even when
think?
we was wrong, and that necessarily ain't the best thing to do, but
I
hey,
was
she
just
did it.
I was gonna say, do you think that was the best thing? Shit.
Not necessarily because
But
it's because of what it can teach you, but
what? Yeah, would that be hindering? Would that be hindering the child or putting them in a?
it it can be. But in my case, she would ride or die for us, even when we was wrong. But then behind closed doors, beat the tell us we was wrong and even put hands on us if need be. So it wasn't like she let it slide to the point we thought we were right. No, she let you know she was wrong, but just not in front of them. Just not in front of them. Which could be confusing if they don't break it down to you what just happened.
Juan say, I take more shit from parents and siblings. Of course, parents and siblings. Of course, kids will make you lie. My son definitely gets over. I think that's kind of going into what you was kind of saying, bro, as far as the kid, you know what I mean?
See, that's even different too for me, with the kid thing. My situation, well, everyone's situation is different with kids. So
I think it's different levels depending on the relationship and the person. I agree with that. He said,
like I said, okay, well, because that's why I said we saying pass. Are we saying like they just straight up did something that would be hard to get over, or is it just something like, okay, they might have made you mad, but you could be like, all right, after a week I'll be all right. It just depends on what they did.
yeah, and how,
When we
and
talking about a pass,
yeah, and how often? Like, is this a fucking? Does it have to be okay? Is it once? Is it a one-time thing? For like saying, the law, saying the law is the law, the line is the line, you feel me? Is it a one-time thing? Is that a one-time thing? Like they fuck up, like you said, fuck up once. That's a wrap.
it depends on the extent of the crime.
He said matriarchy is the law. So if she breaks her own law, then she gets cut too. Is her law your law? So if she break her own law, she broke her law. But if she break your law, that's something. I think that's where it hit for anybody.
So you got me thinking.
But don't stop till you get enough, baby.
Well, that's why I love these conversations. Because, like I said, when I said a pass, I believe no passing because it's a straight program over here, bro. Like my lines are not, and my lines are like put it like this. Once I've drawn the line for you, then you cross it. That's what I mean. Like if you just straight up didn't know something and it ain't that deep, it got to be deep too. It can't just be nothing petty. Like I kind of want to give an example, but I don't want to throw nobody under the bus.
Don't give the fucking example. Just make something up.
Throw him under the bus.
Nah,
all right, put around
because I'm gonna back up because I'm gonna put that bitch in reverse and go over and go run over it twice.
Hey, you just got there saying, like you say, talk about people business. And still got done talking about something, tell people business. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but
exactly. That's why I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on anything personal.
Well, why you think on that? He's fantastic. He had a what up split? He had a
what up split?
He said, what if the child is adopted? He said, does adopted family get passes for the wrongdoing?
The FTK.
I don't know. I ain't adopted. So
to answer that myself, like if I would have adopted a child, that would be considered my child. So they would get the same pass that my children would get.
And I personally feel like, in a way, if they adopted you, They already did. Sometimes they for good reasons, they already did better than your regular motherfucking parents.
Exactly.
So they might need to deserve to get a little bit of extra leniency. You feel me? Shit. And especially depending on the age too. You know what I mean? If you old enough where you coming from a set of ground rules and set of you know what I mean culture that you been raised in this house, and then something happened where you lose them parents, then now you go and taking this all your years and all this and that shit of like 13 years old or some shit to another family that ain't used to you. Yeah.
But if I'm adopting this person as my child, I'm gonna treat them as my child. It ain't gonna be no differences between how I would treat my own child versus that child, because I'm adopting that child.
No, I get that, but I was kind of speaking from the standpoint of the child, giving the adopted parent
money on you. Damn sure right about that.
Yeah, you my son, you my daughter, right? You eat my food.
You in my refrigerator.
You in my house.
Yeah.
Eating all the cornbread.
Close your eyes. Well, I gotta close my motherfucking eyes.
For real, that's my child. What up, sis?
What's up, family?
All the hog.
How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing amazing, sis. So glad to be here, be with the family on this good Sunday.
Yes. So
What I missed?
No, the adopted child don't get tossed. Well, not in my
What?
household. I'll just say that.
What was that?
don't worry about
it. Yeah, I was answering
Yeah.
somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Criminal activity.
So Sid,
Yeah.
where you at with on a general basis as far as cutting? When do you know it's time to cut family off?
Well, it was toxic family, right?
You can say it for toxicity, cut family off because of toxicity, but remind you, toxic is perspective.
Perspective, exactly.
It definitely is.
Definitely perspective based.
Yeah. So the question is, when do you know when to cut family off due to toxicity or being toxic, right?
Right.
Yeah, you know when it's interrupting your peace. It's absolutely necessary if it becomes an issue where, it's interrupting your peace. And I know it's not always easy. I'll say this. I've been in situations where I have given family members or, multiple times to, I guess, show me where they at or where we're at. But sometimes, you just don't rock with everybody, even if it is family. It's not that I don't love you, but we just don't. It's not mutual. Spiritually, mentally, if it becomes to where you affecting my peace, then it gotta go. It gotta go. Not that I don't love you, because I can love you from a distance. I'm gonna always love my family. But that's never been an issue for me. It's been a few situations where it took more than one time for me to realize, let me just go ahead and sometimes it happens naturally too, where you just look up one day and they not hitting you up no more, and you not hitting them up no more. It don't necessarily always got to be like, I'm cutting you off. Sometimes it just happened naturally. I like it when it happened like that.
Yeah, why you say that?
Just because to me, when it happens naturally, when the separation happens naturally, it's not only confirmation to me that what I was already feeling is accurate as far as kind of trying to distance myself from this family member. Um, so yeah, I would say more so it's like confirmation to me when it happens naturally. That and then it don't have to be no awkward exchange. It's just it's known. It happened. You went your way, I went my way, and that's what it was.
Shit, I look at all that shit as being naturally shit. I, that's why I asked, try to see where you going with naturally. All that shit could be naturally. You saying, you looking at like something happening, you feel me? And then you like, you know what? I'm good. You feel me? That's natural. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because whatever happened naturally fucking happened.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying versus sometimes having a hard conversation. Meaning, have anyone ever had
without the contention? You been talking more so
yeah.
without the contention.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Have any of you all ever really had to have a conversation with a family member and basically say, you know what, I think it's best if we just, don't deal with each other from this moment forward? Have you ever did that, or did it just kind of did you not have like a direct conversation?
More so
Versus just having no contact.
For me, I don't think I actually just thinking had to have a conversation with someone to say, I ain't like, not someone, but a relative, a family, and said that. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think it more so just like I just got there. I just like I say, I just start moving different.
Yeah, but even with you moving different, did you ever have you ever been in a situation where a family member hit you up and be like, damn, you acting funny? Like, what's up? And you ever had to address have that conversation? Or did you just leave it like, nah, I just been busy? Like, not address it directly, but kind of respond indirectly. Whether you be like, I'm busy, or I just got a lot of shit going on. People do that all the time. Oh, it ain't nothing. I'm busy. I got a lot of shit going on. And, it wasn't on purpose. But yeah, it was on purpose.
Has anybody ever hit me like, I think I don't have people like, damn, bro, you don't fuck with me no more? You shit,
yeah.
That type of shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I went that far. I'm like, shit, yeah. I guess like you say, I'm busy, or it's just one of those things where like, because if you think about it, I'm busy says enough. You feel what I'm saying? Bitch, I'm too busy to be hitting your ass up. You feel what I'm saying? So you still like, I guess that somewhat says it right there, because that's how it could be taken.
But you would rather say I'm busy versus saying
it depends. Now that depends. That depends on what it is. I don't think I had anybody actually do something so vile to me, you feel me, to where I had to like, hey, look, man, hey, look, fuck you and everything you stand for.
Well, I ain't saying be that harsh.
I'm saying like, not saying that hard, but when I had to actually, you know what I'm saying, I don't think that has happened to me where I had to actually draw that line.
Yeah.
Where, all right, man, look, I'm done. You feel me? Where I had to vocally say it.
It just seemed to be always naturally.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Just naturally, just kind of, y'all no longer chit chatting or whatever, because y'all lives don't went in different. Yeah, what's understood don't need to be discussed. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
So but I'm the type of person though that I have been burnt by a lot of people that I thought was close. So I've just learned to stay in my lane. People who I trusted and who I thought was supposed to be family, they turned their back.
do you think a lot of that we have because we build up this expectation on what family's supposed to do and how they're supposed to act? Coming from mamas, daddies, and all this that type of shit. Because this is how we get. Sometimes we get caught in that loop.
Not for me.
Starting to take this conversation to the Patriots.
Not for me. For me, I'm going to, like I said, I'm the type of person. I'm not going to allow others to dictate my perspective or my thoughts or feelings about you or whoever the person is. Once you show me who you is, and if I don't agree with it, I'm not saying you wrong. That's another thing too. Cutting family off is not always saying that the other person is wrong. It's just something I'm not dealing with. And I don't want in my space. I don't want in my energy. I just rather deal with you from a distance. Not saying that you're wrong. I just don't agree with how, you know, either a certain situation. But it normally is, if I'm cutting you off, it's something that you done did to me. I'm not really cutting you off because, you know, other stuff that you got going
With
on
something
outside of
with
me.
somebody
Right.
else in the family. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's something outside of me, I ain't got no control over. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and them, and you know, that and that. But if you done did something directly to me, then that's something I'm gonna have to take back to my prayer closet and evaluate. So I don't really let other family influence me on when I'm cutting certain other family off. I don't know. If that makes sense.
I get it. You say burn me once, I'm burning them completely, so they don't burn others. I don't even. I don't even want to go into that. I don't even know what you. Damn.
They still may burn others.
Yeah, that's why I say. That's why I didn't say go into that because I'm like figure out what you somebody you like burn them because they gonna that ain't they ain't gonna stop them from doing that unless you talking about taking them out. Oh man.
Right.
Wake and say God took a lot of people out of my circle without any confrontation.
Naturally.
But how does that work with family though? A lot of people like, cause you know what I'm saying, we that happens I think that happens all the time with people outside. It's that to me that happens all the time with people outside of relatives. You feel what I'm saying? But when it comes to relatives specifically, that's what I'm saying. They kind of end up, they don't typically they just ain't gone. You feel what I'm saying? You come in, people in your life come and go all the time. Random people come and go all the time. But relatives, that's why it hit different for a lot of folks.
Especially when it's mother, sister, brother, that type of close intermediate relatives.
Yeah.
And those be sometimes the toxic one.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think before you cut, like it should be forgiveness before you cut people off? Level of forgiveness?
I would say yes for myself, yes, because I have forgiven a lot of things for people that I should have been cut off. I should have cut them off. Yeah. But I'm willing to give them a second chance and show me differently.
Well, I can still cut you off and forgive you and not deal with you no more.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, that's always an option too.
Yeah, because I've forgiven everybody who's wronged me. That don't mean I gotta talk to you or deal with you.
Hmm.
I don't hold a grudge against anybody who's done wrong by me. I've moved on, let it go. It don't haunt me. It don't control my moods, and nothing triggers me to like I won't be out one day and see something and remind me of them. And then now my whole mood messed up because I let it go.
Hmm.
It's a blessing
Yeah.
to be able to say that, honestly.
Well, the forgiveness is for me.
No, exactly. That's
Exactly,
why I
sis.
did.
I've
That's why I
I've
had to
learned
Yeah.
that the
forgive them.
hard way. It's for you, not for the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you keep that anger. If you don't forgive them, that anger gonna stay in your heart, and it's just gonna control you and
Regardless if you
stress
cut
you
them
out.
off.
And
Yeah,
yeah, you
regardless if
can
you
cut
cut
them
them
off
off or
all you
not.
want. You can,
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
if you
you
don't
can cut people
forgive, you
off.
don't forgive, that's gonna eat you up. Not
Yeah,
them. They gonna go
that's
on by
it.
their life.
That's still a spiritual soul tie.
Yep.
It really is.
Just holding on to you. They don't they going on about their life.
Forgiving somebody is one of the most powerful weapons you can have as the individual. When you know how to do that, that really can, it like the old folks say, that'll take you far in life.
Yep. It's strength.
Hmm.
It is definitely strength.
Absolutely. Let me go on mute for my we'll start talking about the bugs.
Ladybug.
Ladybug. So now let's get into when grandma dies, when granddaddy died, when mama died, when all that shit. And
When
we
the glue of the family died,
when
let's
the
just call it
glue,
that.
yes, sir, when the glue of the family is gone, the glue that has kept all this shit together is gone. And things start to go left. What do y'all think about that? You muted, Ladybug.
I said, everybody quiet.
Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet.
Yeah, I'm being quiet on this because I ain't really have no family drama like that. So don't I'm not gonna speak on nothing that I don't have an experience in regards to that.
So, in my opinion,
When, mhm.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. I'm listening. Go
I
ahead.
would say, in my opinion, it's pretty much, in my opinion, that glue was okay. Was that because let's be real, a lot of times that glue wasn't really how okay, how help where do I start?
You need help?
I can ask the
Um
question that I asked earlier. Was it already going to,
I
was it
already had
already
pretty much
going?
said.
That's what I
Go
said.
ahead.
Was it still already in shambles to begin with?
And the glue left.
And the glue left.
So
That's
my thing is look, the glue is typically telling you to sweep shit under the rug. A lot of shit. And sometimes that's not a bad thing. But sometimes
yeah.
it is. So those problems didn't just start when the glue left.
That's what I meant.
Nah, cause every family got issues. I don't care who family you talking about. Ain't no such thing as no
Yeah.
drama in the family. Period. Point
Absolutely.
blank.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no such thing. There's no such
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
So
When I said that, I meant I remove myself from the drama. I don't get involved in the drama.
That's
I've
So that's
never
why I was
been involved in the drama, so that's why I said that's why I really can't speak on this because I've never been involved. But yeah, no, my family has drama. I'm not saying that.
no, but that's why I was
No, I
saying. Go
no,
ahead,
I've
bro.
never been involved in it either in terms of the real issues in the family, but I definitely was there to witness everyone else's. So that's still experience in
Well,
terms
see, that's what
of
I'm saying. I don't even be there
witnessing.
around to witness it. I don't be around to witness it. I stay away purposely.
Because I know in my case, and I'm like that too, sis. I'm like, nah, I don't go around a lot of events and I miss a lot of things. And because I know it's a lot of fakeness going on in a lot of these situations. And I know who don't like who, but then they smiling until that mother lover walk away. And then they like, so why you even spoke? Like, but I know in my opinion, bro, I don't even think the glue was the glue per se. I think that person was the reason everyone still came to that event because they wanted to see them and they were willing to put their beef aside
They was
with auntie or their sister or whoever just because they want to see Big Mama or they want to see uh Big Mama McIntosh, what I mean, they want she want they want to see Big Dad, they want to see Granddaddy, even though they can't stand half the people that's gonna be there visiting Granddaddy. Well, that's still my grand. I'm still gonna go see my Granddaddy. And people say, oh, once the glue died, people don't come around. They never wanted to come around. They came for one person.
they were just coming around, and a lot of it too. They would like say on another way to say it, they would the glue, so-called glue, had everybody tolerating one another.
Exactly. Would make you talk to, and you would do it for them. They'd be like, nah, I heard about what happened with you and your sister. Now, y'all
Mm-hmm.
need to stop that right now. And I'm telling you, I ain't asking, I'm telling y'all gonna stop and talk to each other right now.
Not,
Talk to each other.
not resolved. Sometimes they didn't even say that. Sometimes they went. It was like don't even talk about the shit. You feel me? Don't even just let it go. Just let it
No,
go.
they no. When I say talk to each other, they ain't telling you to resolve nothing. They're telling
Yeah,
you let it go and talk. Like be
yeah.
happy together, be friends again. Be family again. Just let that shit go. Don't even like they used to, like you said, tell you to sweep it under the rug and say we family. Nah, every one finger pointing the blame, but you ball them fingers up and make a mighty fist. Hold on, Big Mama, we ain't resolved the. There's a reason fingers are being pointed here. You ain't. You just gonna skip past that, huh?
So
Talk about ball up them fingers.
so
Yeah, it's gonna be some fist thrown at him. You really want to know what's really going on in this
and
barbecue.
and I think a lot of that shit came from a good place. So make me wonder: did they preserve the family, or did they preserve basically the appearance of the family?
Man,
I think
they
go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you good, you good.
I think they preserved what they could because they have been passed down trauma too. So they're handling it the best way they know how fit too, because you got to think lineage. And when you go back from lineage to lineage, that's passed down issues as well, especially when you get into our elders that experience the life that we don't experience going back to. And I'm always going to go back to, chattel slavery and the conditions of our people and who we are in essence. That's a lot of trauma that never was even able to be dealt with, and they just had to pick it up and keep it moving. So I think that is good preservation, at some point, to them trying to preserve it the best they knew how, you know with keeping the family together, because it was so much in the past that was trying to break the family and had broke the family. So with our elders, I understand that way of thinking of
So,
y'all, unless it was something just absolutely detrimental to your life, then yeah, maybe they will. All right, y'all two, come on and sit down. We need to talk about this thing. And you was wrong, or you shouldn't. It'll get that deep, but just like general surface, you know, disagreements. I think when you're an elder, you can kind of see those dynamics and look at certain situations and say, you know what, this is just a disagreement. This is nothing that is actually, could potentially break the family,
Hmm.
you know. And then sometimes you did have those situations where things could happen that could actually break the family. And like y'all say, they'll still be hush hush, or some families do that. Now that is the form of toxic that's toxic. But just general things of like general disagreements, and the elders are like, y'all get over that. That's foolishness. Because older folks will call anything foolishness when it just don't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of times, seems like sometimes to them, they quit. They call people. We do that in general as people.
They're being
Something one
hypocrites if we're being honest, though, because they did it too at one point, but they're telling us to be better is all they're doing. Because they the same problems that we're talking about within our generation or whatever, them old folks did the same thing. They had their problems with their sisters and all that. They didn't just sweep things under the rug. Their ancestor, just like ours, when we're talking about them, told them the same thing they're telling us. It's just history repeating itself. That's just, I mean, at least I know. Well, let me speak from just what I saw in my tree, my family tree on certain sides. I noticed as a kid a lot of dysfunction in our family. Even as a kid, I could see this person can't stand this person. This person talk about this person. This person weird as fuck. And I don't like coming around certain people. Even as a kid, I ain't like certain people. And then notice that they couldn't stand each other. But then as we coming up telling us when we fighting with our cousins, the younger kids, hey, that's your cousin. You don't do that now. Y'all hug and make up. Wait, you ain't do wait, hold on. You and your sister ain't talked in 3 months. Y'all ain't talked in years. You just called her a dirty bitch yesterday. But you telling me let it go today with him. They were hypocrites. Let's be fucking for real. They were just telling what they were told. It's the same, it was just history repeating itself.
Hmm. I don't know.
Hmm.
Because I mean, like I said, I'm speaking for me, but y'all as kids or as teens didn't see the dysfunction in the family before, even with the older folks. Y'all didn't
Well,
see who didn't like each other.
We,
Y'all didn't see
I
that.
it's
I don't.
always gonna be hypocrisy. We as parents now, we hypocrites. You know.
We all
No, I
hypocrites.
no, I ain't got no issue with that. I'm just pointing out. I'm just stating the obvious.
Yeah, we're gonna be hypocrites. But it's one thing when it's almost like what you say. You want your children to be better than you, even though I ain't talked to Sally in 2 years. I don't want y'all to be like this. So I get that dynamic too.
But
Meaning,
that's unrealistic because y'all haven't resolved y'all
Like you
problems.
say, why?
But
Other
you
words, why
but you
you
want
ain't
us
talk
to
to
sweep
Sally?
ours under the
Why
rug.
you
Why
ain't
you
talk to?
ain't talk to Sally, but you want me to go talk
You
to
want me to go talk to?
Rashawn?
Yeah.
But you want me to talk to
because just like
Rashawn.
See, that's that would be
because
better than me. That's that. Sometimes that's that be better than me.
all
Shit.
right, y'all got to get on too now. Okay.
We all do. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. The intentions. Is the intention still not well? Is the intention still not meaningful? Even though, yes, that's adult stuff that's going on, but the intentions behind
Can
trying to repair the relationship of the young, the youth, and you all not, even though, you know what I'm saying? The intentions behind.
no, I agree with that because no, I got no problem with that at all. But I also do think that bad advice can come from a good place too.
I was just thinking that.
I've gotten good and I know and I that's why I don't have no beef with these people. I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten terrible advice with good intent.
Yep.
They did not mean to lead me into a burning building, but they did. They didn't think they were, and I know in their heart they didn't think they were.
And they
So I
still
know
don't
they're
think.
not evil or
Still don't think
malicious,
they
and they
are.
still don't think they are. And I,
Well,
like you said, it came from a great place, and I know that. That's why I still love them because I know, okay, you thought you were telling me right. You really did in your heart. You feel me? But that ain't always the case.
Well, I think the glue of the family, they did the best that they could, regardless.
Uh,
And that could be and I could be giving a little bit too much credit with just that statement. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, the onus is on us or the latter generation following them, especially adults, to be able to, come behind and do the best that we can or do the best that they can. Because our parents are not responsible before, I mean, in some sense they are, but once we become adults, they just like us, trying to figure it out as they go as well. I think we find a lot of times we I guess I was just talking to my mother-in-law the other day about once I became a parent, not an adult, because when I was an adult, I had my certain thoughts about my parents. But when I became a parent, my thoughts about my parents changed because, ooh, child, I see them in a different light. I have so much respect for parents because shit, they human just like us trying to figure this shit out.
Hell yeah. Ain't no playbook for this. Ain't no blueprint on how to be a parent. We all winging it.
Mm. So that's
We
why I'm
all
saying the
winging it.
glue, they did the best that they could with what they had to work with.
Uh,
Yeah, they could have been better. I'm
yeah,
sure we all could.
uh,
I agree with that. I
I
definitely
do
agree with
agree. I do agree with that in certain because I got a different situation that I can't say did the best they could, but I'm gonna say they tried. But either way, neither here nor there. I definitely think they had good intent. I'll say that for sure. I'll say
Yeah.
good intentions.
Now I'm saying that unless there are certain situations that has happened where it's just outside of the normal dysfunction, if that's a such thing, normal dysfunction, you know, versus something happening that is just egregious, you know. And then too, everything is bloodline too, you know. Like I said, I'm always gonna result things back to the lineage that we carry. You gotta think a lot of shit been passed down to us. And we have a certain lineage that holds a lot of historical trauma for real. That's never really ever been dealt with. Cause I done talked to a lot of elders or been around some elders that they don't even want to think about. They really think they free. Like they think, they don't even want to talk about. They just don't want to talk about you bring up slavery and trying to get information about that or more insight questions. They kind of, it's like a disconnect that they don't even want to deal with. And I can see how that has affected us, 80s babies, 90s babies. I think our generation is dealing with it more now, so now more than ever than our elders did.
why you say that.
I was just about to say, what you mean? Why you say that?
I was gonna say elaborate.
Yeah, please.
I'm elaborate on what?
You say
What we're dealing on, us as
more than
80s and
our
90s babies.
Yeah.
more than
We're
I
dealing
feel
with
like
it more
we
than ever.
deal more. I feel like we deal more with the history of our lineage and are facing it and having conversations about it more than our elders did with us. And our so your mama, I feel like they didn't really deal with that more so with their children like we deal with it with ours. Meaning we're having these conversations. We're dealing with these conversations based on the trauma of our lineage. Like we can have these conversations with our kids. We're even having these conversations with each other.
I can't like I don't know. They might have been having these conversations with one another, but I may have not just been paying attention to those fucking conversations, to be honest with you.
I was kind of thinking maybe, just maybe, this isn't like I don't know. This is the thought that popped in my head. Um, Maybe it's easier for us to have these conversations because we can't truly relate to that type of trauma they were actually experiencing. Can we relate
Mm,
to it to some degree? Sure, absolutely. But the scope that, let's be honest, what we dealt with and what they dealt with is very different. And talking about something that traumatic, that's pretty tough. So that's hard.
I don't see a difference. The only difference is the politics.
Mm.
I think we still deal with just as much. The only difference is, yeah, the politics. I think the trauma still is there. I know the trauma still is there because I deal with it. I see it. I feel it. You know, I carry it. How do I not carry it?
Specifically, when you say the trauma, these like give a like actual detail, like actual trauma that one or two that you can think of that you're dealing with right now or today. Not maybe not
No,
today at the moment, but you know what I mean.
we are still under the authority of white supremacy.
To the same degree they were.
Absolutely. It looks different. It just looks different. How are we not?
No, I was just
Only
asking.
because only because you're not, you can say you can go to a job only because you can say you can clock in on that plantation 9 to 5 only because you can say I can rent or I can have a mortgage or
The case, but he mean after that's the case is shit. White folk under white supremacy and have been for a long time.
I ain't addressing them. I'm
I'm
not,
just saying. So what I'm saying is,
I
so
deal
what
with my I deal with me first.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me get some of the let me get to some of these comments real quick. I don't want people to feel left out. All right, all right. Then we're gonna go back to that.
I'm sorry.
You good? Shit. Who the fuck? Split said, I wouldn't say that we was young. We as young men was left with no guidance, but we had to figure it out. Awaken said, she said, I've been involved in the drama and I learned to remove myself from the drama, but then it caused drama because I removed myself, if that makes sense. I think I'm following what you're saying. I'm
It makes
following.
sense because people
I'm
gonna try to
following.
drag you into the drama even when you remove yourself from it. Because
Then you
I can
become
relate to
part.
that.
Then you become part of drama by because you removed yourself. That's why I say sometimes you gotta fuck them. You
Yeah, I
like
can relate
okay,
to that though. That makes
yeah,
sense.
But is that because she said she was once involved in the drama? And then she tried to remove herself. And then by her removing herself, then it caused drama because she removed herself. But she was originally involved in the drama. Am I reading that right?
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You read it. You read it right. You read it right.
it caused the drama because I removed myself. Yeah, so the drama
So
never
she
got
was
spent.
originally
The
in the drama. No, I'm just saying she was
the drama
originally in
popped.
the drama.
Well, she
Drama
could have been
popped
in
And
the
off.
then when
drama indirectly.
she tried to get out of the drama, but she was
But pulled
originally
yourself.
involved with it.
Yeah.
She could have been
Yeah,
in the
and
drama indirectly, though, meaning, you know,
That was to being in the drama. You could have been. You could have been the. You could have been involved, directly involved, or you could have been the person that was hearing shit and kind of just going along
yeah,
with
because
shit.
sometimes just hearing shit will
well,
involve you.
I mean, hell, you don't
Sometimes
even gotta
motherfuckers
be
will.
there,
That's more so.
man.
Yeah, motherfuckers just
You
putting shit on you. Man, what's the
you don't
name
even
do?
gotta be
Exactly.
there. Just, like, bro, you don't even gotta be there. I've been put in drama where I got woken up out of my sleep. Hey, you need to talk to your damn cousin. Wait, what the fuck? First of all, who the fuck is this? Like, nigga, it's 3 in the morning. Nah, cause I ain't trying to bring you into this, but that nigga tripping. So why you calling me? I wasn't even there. Well, cause I
You,
know you talk to him a lot. Okay. And I'm supposed to do your dirty work, nigga, if you don't get off my line.
they say I was able to forgive my elders once I realized that they were taught that way from their parents and so forth. To break that curse, it start with you. Do we ever
Right.
break curse? But do we ever? Do we
And
ever?
see,
I
that
was just
was
about
my
to
thing.
say though,
Do we
do
ever
we
break
ever
curses?
break the curses? Will they ever be
Absolutely.
broken? No, will they ever be broken?
What does it look like
If
when? How do you? I don't think we break no fucking curses, man.
Why
I
you
don't
say
think.
that?
I think you change stuff for your life,
for
but
your life,
I don't think you break
exactly.
no damn curses. No
You can
generation.
breaking a curse can be the mindset.
Correct, but okay. Let's just say
Correct, but
Well,
you're still sitting here saying that we're under still slavery, like we're
white supremacy.
white supremacy. So like,
We
how
are.
do you break that? But how do you
How
break
do you
that for
break that?
yourself?
I'm not trying to break white supremacy.
No, I'm talking about for yourself. How do you remove yourself, or how do you break that for your life, where you don't feel
Well,
like you're no longer under that, or is that, or can that not be done?
oh no. Now that me being white supremacy operating in its entity that it operates in, that's going to be that. Now, removing myself from that was favor, was grace and mercy through a mindset. Now, removing myself from a mindset doesn't mean that that entity is not still operating on every which way,
So what was the
and I'm
curse?
still going to be obligated to it. But spiritually, if I understand disconnecting my spiritually and mentally, understanding that concept alone itself, and not allowing that entity to have authority over the capacity of how I think and how I move and operate for me and my family and my household, that's favor. That's grace. But that still don't change the fact that that entity still operates.
So that's not breaking the curse then.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out exactly
that
what is
entity,
the curse.
okay, what's the
Yeah, that's what I'm
curse?
saying. I'm just
yeah,
trying to
I'm saying
understand
I
what
never
is the
said that
curse.
that entity
Yeah.
was a curse. I never said that that entity was a curse. We all have different generational curses per bloodline. It's up to the individual to identify that.
So
You know,
when you say like a generational curse, give me like okay, outside of white supremacy, give me an example. Would you say so? Because I'm like, would it be like something genetic, like you know what I'm saying, like liver disease with niggas, or kidneys, or high blood pressure?
I mean, that's perspective. That's between the individual and what they identify as a
Something
generational curse.
like that.
Meaning, like, if I know I deal with
What would
alcohol,
be or is it something more mental?
It could be mental too. I mean, that's perspective based. I would say, hey, take that back to your creator and deal with your creator. And if that's a question for some people, that ain't even a question or a thought for them. They don't believe in that type of shit. But if you're an individual that can see certain things and certain patterns, within your life, that that will be your that will be that's tailored to your identity. Like for me, I just use me as an example. If I know that I got a history of alcoholism or schizophrenia or uh a habitual liar, I mean, it's multiple things that can fit that script. There's multiple things that can fit a generational curse. Now, if you don't see if generational curses is something that some people don't even think that's a thing, but if you feel that that's something that's a thing for you, or you believe in that type of
Damn.
shit going on, then I think that's perspective based. And you said, do you think we can break generational curses? I do.
I guess I
I
no
think we
longer.
can.
I guess the term for me, I think it's the term generational curse just sounds so fucking mystic and shit like that for me. I could see shit like being genetics, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, and because even still then, because like if you want to say like alcoholism and all that type of shit, uh,
Addiction.
addictions and shit like that. Some people do that because they say their parents did it, or you know what I mean, or some people stay away from it because their parents did it, or because they saw it.
Yeah. Then you got murderers. You got families who kill, murder. They raise their churn up saying that. You got people that
Well, I mean, you
are,
like. Oh my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, man.
Well, I was gonna say I feel like the word curse is what's throwing bro off. So I would ask you, bro, like, do you think things can be hereditary? Do you believe in her, that?
Yes, yes.
So I think
Bloodline.
when she's saying curse, I think that's how she's looking at it as it's hereditary.
Bloodline.
Yeah, like I
I
said,
think the
that's
word
why
curse was what was throwing you
that's
off.
why I said genetic. That's why I changed it to genetics. You feel what I'm saying? To me, that lines more with
Yeah.
hereditary. That's why I say like liver disease, high blood pressure, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Because I agree with what she was saying in terms of like that's why the word hereditary jumped out to me because I know I've met people. I can't say I've experienced. Well, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I can say I've experienced this too. Um, where I didn't know certain traits where they came from because I never met certain people or whatever, and then they could tell you like, oh well, like even my homeboy, he didn't know he had a drinking problem. He never met his father, but then one day when they realized he was becoming an alcoholic, they was like, yeah, your daddy had that problem, and he never met the nigga. So, and then your grandfather had that problem. So things can be passed down, like you said, through bloodline. I don't know if I would use the word curse either because that sounds more mystical too for me, but I get what she was, but I just
Is
wanted
the
to clarify.
problem
I get what
is
she
the
was going
problem
with it.
the addiction or what's causing the addictions?
I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time for me.
Is the curse the addiction or what's causing the addiction?
Ah, probably the cause.
Because one to me, one is putting a horse before the carriage.
Yeah, probably the cause. Because I don't think you're born addicted to anything per se. Like I think
Yeah,
something triggers it,
how you deal with shit. You feel what I'm
or
saying?
even how you, like you said, or
Yeah,
even how you deal. Because like, you know, the generational trauma thing, I think that's like you said, kind of, I'm gonna use the word, it's kind of a choice, because there can be things that are passed down through lineage or teaching or whatever, but it's up to you if you allow that to continue just because of those those terms, or those man, I can't think of the word I want, but man, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, even if we talk about slavery and people want to say, oh, it's still affecting us today, that's a choice for you if you want to let that still affect you. Like, I don't think that it affects you naturally. I think it's up to you whether you allow that to still affect you today, or how you
Sis,
move,
I
or how
see
you
your
look
face.
at
What's that
yourself.
face?
Like, like I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's a personal choice to me. Just my opinion. I I know it's an unpopular
Sis say,
opinion
okay, okay.
depending on who
You know,
you talking to.
in that black shit.
Uh-huh.
Nah, I feel that, bro.
I
That
mean,
face
depending on who
said it
I
all,
Hold
sis.
mean,
on,
I
hold
hear
on.
you, bro.
it depends on who you talking to. Some people will disagree, and I have no problem with I'm not saying I'm right. That's just my opinion. That it's up to you how your everything in your life is up to everything about your life, except for like natural causes outside of our control. You can control how you react.
The
You can control how
hereditary
your
stuff.
mood is. There are things that are out of our control for sure, but
Mhm.
there's a lot we have more control than we give ourselves credit for.
Awaken said, sis, you got something to say? You want to touch on that before look, I see the smile. Hold on. Awaken said the Bible also explains it as your sins fall upon your children and generations to come. That's how a curse starts by something up bad intentions that happen. I think that's a deeper conversation, personally. Um, hold on. I want to. Hey, on the.
She said I just proved what she just said. What's that, Awaken? I don't know if I proved anything. I gave an opinion, but
He
what are you
said.
talking about, Awaken?
He said. Yep, my grandma on my dad's side don't want to talk about slavery, and I want to learn more about the Geechee Gala heritage.
That's a personal choice.
Oh, she probably talking about the look I
Yeah.
said sis had on her face.
Oh. Um. What on say? Hold on. Even the trauma. Hold on. He said, even okay. He said, nope, of course. He said, nope, I disagree, Ladybug. Children are not told the truth. He said, even trauma is a lie. I think trauma is, what do you mean by that?
I'm gonna say, what you mean by
What do
trauma
you
is a
mean by
lie?
that?
Can you explain
Oh,
that?
you went way back in the chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah, he
catch.
way back, yeah.
But yeah,
Because I read
the
that
way
a
he
while
said,
ago.
yeah, I was like, how is white supremacy a thing? I knew. Oh, sorry. She said, Queen, yeah, that's what Bam just read. You said about changing the choices that you made. She said he could break a curse by changing your mentality.
But okay, about a choice I made. Talk about me or my friend? Because what choice did I say? Wait, what is she talking about?
You said,
Y'all help me out. I'm lost.
I agree. I think he basically just and no.
Well,
Now definitely
reiterate. Well,
Bam.
touch on what
Bam,
she's saying,
I
because
agree
I'm
with
lost. What
everything
is she
that you
saying?
uh, sh- I agree with everything that you said, Bam, about it is a choice. But that's the mentality. That goes back to a curse being broken just by your mindset, because the way that the system and how we've been brought up and everything that was fed to us through grace and mercy and favor, You have a mindset now where a system that was designed to control your mental, you've had favor from detaching from that with a mindset, a mind posture, a heart posture. Even though that entity still remains and is still controlling others. But through grace and favor, you were able to come back to a free
Well,
mind.
who was an alcoholic? I ain't say I was no alcoholic. I said my friend was.
Oh,
No, my bad. Not, I'm sorry, Ladybug, but
oh no,
she
you
said that
good. But I definitely agree
I
with
think
you.
she thought that story was about me. No, that wasn't about
That's
me.
that
But
drunk Winston.
That drunk ass Winston.
I mean, I like to drink now, but I ain't no alcoholic now. Shit. I
Well,
enjoy drinking too. Was it? Was it?
I'm
but,
functional.
but I'm sorry. Go ahead. But I'm sorry. I ain't mean it. My fault. My fault. I just was reading what she said. I was like, oh wait, that wasn't about me because she said what you said about alcohol. So I'm like, no, not me. But yes, I agree.
No, I agree with you said. It is a choice whether or not you. But I said that it is a choice whether or not you operate
Yeah.
under white supremacy mindset or not. But let's not say that that don't still because I think Fat Tachala said, does it still exist? Absolutely.
Okay. So we
Why?
were in agree.
What
Yeah,
are
we
your
were in
claims?
agreement
And what are
on
your
that
claims,
part.
Fat Tachala, that it does not still exist? Now, a mindset is completely different if you detach yourself
I'm
mentally.
tempted. I'm tempted to drop Tatcha the link, man.
Yeah, because he's
Drop
Well,
yeah.
it.
well,
Come on
okay.
Oh,
Well,
in.
then,
oh,
Ladybug, that tells me me
oh,
and you were in
put an
agreement
arrow
with
in the chat. I know.
what we were talking about before.
I
Yes,
Okay.
definitely,
Okay. We
Bam.
were. Yeah. I definitely agree with you too. That's why I was saying like, okay. I thought she was trying to say I was on the op of you. No, but no, 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 no.
No.
I just was the only thing I changed was the word curse, but I still,
Yeah.
like I said, I still understood what you were trying to say. You just the word you use. I would have said I would use a different
Well,
word for me, but I still get what. Either way, it's the same thing, regardless
when
of
I hear
well, it's
curse, I hear bloodline, and that's the word I like to use. Bloodline.
why you think
What's
you
in
hear
your
that?
bloodline?
right. That's
Why you
why,
think you?
that's why I used hereditary because
Yeah.
and he used bloodline. We're all talking about the same thing.
hmm
We just have a different word to describe it.
Generational curse. What's your generational bloodline?
Yeah, that's just the way she just yeah. I get it.
What was that?
That's the definition of generational curse when she's using it in that context. I get it. But
What
I
was
guess
that
that's
last
why when
comment, bro?
What about which one?
Fat Claw.
Say it again.
Excuse me, y'all. What was that last comment you had up?
Who was it from? Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Uh, this.
Yes. Let me
Okay.
see.
Did
Oh,
we
that's
not?
spectacular.
Did we not forget a story that is told cannot be exact? That trauma from way then cannot be understood now with facts that are missing.
Honey.
It's more to it. He says, AKA slave
Yeah,
masters were
yeah.
white men. There is proof blacks were the true slave owners.
there were some blacks that owned slaves, I do know
There was
that
some. There was some.
more than we think.
But we ain't.
But that really ain't
Try. You talking semantics now. That tactful.
you talking
Get your
semantics.
ass on here. Cause that's
He
all
He
semantics.
like do it. He like do a lot. He like to do a lot of it. He like to do a lot of
Yeah.
it.
he is
He wants you to go
horticulturalist.
over the rainbow when that was the promise. He wanna go over the promise. Come on, fat tatch. Get your ass on in here, boy.
He might as well come up because he got a lot to say. But um, I mean, I don't
Bring
know. I
your ass
guess
here, boy.
Because I was kind of curious, Pit, when you and Queen was saying you don't believe in generational curses. What did you mean by that?
I don't know if I believe in generational curses. But that's why I say the mystic side of that shit. You feel me? Because it's when you start factoring like, okay, what makes a generational curse so special? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, does everybody have them? You feel me? So to me, it's just a fucking part of life.
Well,
Okay, so
if you interchange the word curse and say,
That's why I said if we going
look,
hereditary and shit like that.
oh shit!
yeah,
Look, you called me. I'm a coming.
we brought them out.
Shit.
I ain't gonna
Bring
stay.
'em
I'm gonna be
out.
honest. I ain't gonna stay too long.
Okay, why can't I hear him? Is it because it's messing up StreamYard?
Hold on.
Oh shoot, she can't
Here we
hear
go.
because
What happens is
it's
when
gonna do that goofy shit.
When somebody come in, like, so if you leave out, somebody else gonna ain't gonna be able to hear them. Hold on. Let me
All right, I'll jump out then.
No, what I'm saying. Hold on. What I'm let me take myself out and then let's see. Let me know if that worked.
Ladybug, many blessings.
Peace to you.
Bam Bam, as always, a pleasure. Little niece Queen,
Yeah.
big old hugs.
Queen, could you hear him when I got left out?
She muted.
All right.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you when you say
Where
she
Queen
jumped out.
go?
Now I can't hear.
She did not leave me by myself.
Here we go.
Nah, she ain't leave you by yourself. She come back. She did.
Come back, Queen.
Not Bam can't hear. This why it's stream. I
Don't
know
even
this.
know if I
Somebody
can do it because it might do it to the next person.
Yeah, so somebody told me StreamYard, once you start getting over like
I can't hear anybody.
5 people and shit, it starts doing that shit. So like it's StreamYard.
Oh.
Should I go out and come back in?
Nah, y'all
Bam gone?
Hold on. Bam.
Everybody say something.
Something.
Okay, I can hear everybody. Thank goodness.
Go ahead.
All right, so why y'all calling me?
Boy, stop. What you got to say?
Nah, Ladybug said you was talking all that yin yang. So
Look.
Queen, can you hear us?
Yeah, now I can.
You can hear everybody?
Yeah.
something.
Bam, you can hear?
I hear her. Did she hear me?
All right, go ahead. So all right. So when you say the trauma is a lie, go in on that.
All right, look. We all know, and I'm sure none of you can turn around and sit here and say that you never experienced this. A person tells a story, the story gets changed as the story keeps getting to the person that's got to get to. The story has changed 20 to 50 thousands of times over. And the biggest mistake behind slavery is slavery. When you look at slavery, the slave master was actually a dark-skinned individual because they spoke the same language. You couldn't have a white man turning around talking to a dark-skinned person. The ones that were doing the trading were black people. The ones who owned the slaves were black people. The white man, as many people want to call him or her, the white person owned the property that they put these slaves to work on. Okay? And that's where a lot of people are missing a mistake. Now, the trauma that you guys are trying to or have the misbelief on is not told true, just like a person that's been in jail for 15 years don't want to talk about their experience. They're going to tell you only what they want you to know, but they're not going to tell you the true experience. Now, if you can sit here and tell me that you visited a true plantation where slaves were at, and you saw what they were doing, that you saw what they went through, you felt what they went through, you were standing in the grave, then I tell you, you could understand the trauma. The same way a man cannot turn around and say he understands the trauma of a woman. You can't. There's just no way. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, you can't put the two together. So anyone after that era cannot say they are dealing with the same trauma.
Is okay. Is understanding and experiencing the same thing?
Absolutely not.
So can one is understand something and not, and they just haven't experienced it?
Exactly, because you have to give the sympathy towards the person that went through that experience, but you can't say you understand it if you didn't go through it. How can you say you understand what person went through if you didn't go through it? How can you relate if you didn't go through it? If you didn't go to jail, how can you say you understand what a person's done in jail?
So okay, hold on. Let's load this shit up.
Go ahead, let's roll it back.
Let's back this shit up. Okay. So you're not saying the trauma is fake.
The story is fake.
The story is fake, but the trauma is real.
The trauma is real, but we in this group right here, and anyone in our age group cannot say they understand the trauma. They cannot say they are part of that trauma.
When you say what goes under requiring, what's the requirements of understanding something?
You physically going through it.
I disagree with that, but go ahead.
Okay. Can we say as men, we understand what a woman goes through when she goes through birth?
Having an understanding of it, yeah. But have I experienced it? No.
Can you say you understand it?
Yeah.
How can you say you understand it? Does your body go through the same changes?
See, I think that's what I'm saying. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
My bad.
I just want to interject. Filibustering now. That's a filibuster. Let's stay on topic. Go ahead, Bam.
I feel like I can understand what a woman goes through in that, but I don't know what a woman goes through. Like knowing and understanding are two different things. Like I feel like that's the difference for me. I can say, okay, I understand what this. I could understand what you're telling me, but I can't know what it's like.
So, isn't understanding knowing? Think about that for a moment. It's understanding knowing.
Not necessarily fully.
And then knowing in what way?
Okay.
Trying to connect? To me, it still seems like you're connecting knowing. So actually,
because think about it this way: if a woman were to tell me, "Oh, what does labor pain feel like?" It feels like just an example. I know this is not, don't take this literal. So if she said, you ever hit your shin on like a monkey bar or some shit, you could be like, oh yeah, I feel like that. Guess what? It really don't feel that way. If it's not, it doesn't feel that way. Like that's them trying to get you close to what it feels like, but they can't even. You'll never be able to register what it actually feels like. You can say you understand. You understand the pain. You understand pain, but you don't understand that. You don't know that type of pain. It's different. It's kind of like they can get you kind of close to it, but you still don't fully understand it. Like not to their same level as them.
And I agree with you. Now I agree with you, Bam. Take that same concept saying that same topic that you just stated and relate that to slavery and the trauma that people are trying to say that many of us are experiencing now or are dealing with now.
I don't think she's saying that they're experiencing the exact same type of shit. I think she's saying it's an experience of its own on what they went through.
Well,
that's what she's saying.
Well, I'll let her answer that, but I'm agreeing with you in terms of that's why I was saying I personally don't think that's why when she said it earlier, I was like, to the same degree as they were in terms of experiencing, white supremacy. I asked that because I do disagree with that too. But I want her to clarify what she meant by that first before I even say that I fully disagree.
Right. And that's why I first said I apologize if this sounds wrong, but there's certain things that's being said that's not right. But we're talking about the trauma concept of slavery to present day. If you cannot fathom for 1 ounce of your mentality, deal with someone whipping you just because you said the wrong word, just because you cannot say that you understand what they went through. The story, you can have as much sympathy, you can have as much feeling for the story. The story could be so damn real that it makes you cry. But until you physically experience it, you cannot say you understand it. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: my wife and I, we went to a plantation. Okay, we went to an actual plantation where the slaves were at. My wife couldn't be there no more than 10 minutes because she felt the pain, and I understood the pain she felt. That's the trauma. If you want to talk about that being trauma, that I could understand. I can understand. I can sympathize. But I cannot say that now. I can say I know what it's all about. I just can't.
Then that's you. That's you.
So how can anyone in our age group say?
Wait a minute.
My bad.
That's you. But another person don't get to tell me what I understand and how I feel and my understanding about my history. This is not a story. This is history. This is in literature. So if you're looking at your history from that perspective, salute to you. That's you. But I can determine my own mindset and my own perspective and my own thought process based on what I know to be my history and the history of my ancestors and my people. No one gets to tell me that I don't get to understand or I don't know. No one gets to tell me that. You don't break that covenant with me. That covenant cannot be broken because that's something that has been given to me through grace, mercy, favor, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Now, I don't knock anyone who thinks differently. If you see a difference and your thought process is a difference of not being able to feel or have empathy or understanding based on a history that is literature, then that's your prerogative. But no one gets to tell me how I'm going to perceive and what I know and understand my perspective on the history of my ancestors and the blood that was shed by my ancestors, period.
Ladybug, I respect you and I understand what you're saying.
And that's all that is. So when you say, and I'm saying this in love, and I'm saying this in respect to your opinion and your way of thought, because I understand that. I overstand that. But no one gets to tell me that I can't understand that just based on, you call it a story, I call it history. I call it literature. It's facts. Jim Crow, you can't erase. Tuskegee experiment, you can't erase. This is their literature, honestly, because we didn't write this. They wrote it. The Oklahoma bombing, facts. So when you got this history laid out upon you and it's literature and it's documented for a reason, no one can take that away from me and say I can't understand or relate to my ancestors and the blood that was shed by my ancestors. No one can do that to me. It's on the individual on how you hold that to you and cling to that. Some people don't cling to it like that, and that's fine. But don't tell me I'm not in a place of authority to speak my authority as an indigenous woman here on this planet, on this earth, that I don't have the authority to say that I understand what my ancestors went through. No, no one can tell me that. And no one can check me on that, on uncheckable on that.
Sis, would you say you understanding and experiencing is the you all right, you understand your understanding is not the same as you experiencing what they went through.
Who said that? That's the question. And see, yes, bro, yes, that. Who's saying? Why does it look different to you all? For a person with that question, not saying you or anybody here, but what looks different now? What's different?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look here. All right. Wait. I'm gonna let I'm gonna give 2 minutes, and then we already on fucking slavery.
I respect what she says, and I respect her understanding. I just have to ask this one simplified question, and this means no disrespect. This is just a logical question.
Conversation. Okay,
it's clean conversation. If we as individuals are relying on history, if we break up the term history, it's his story. How do we know that that story is true if we did not live it? And we know logically, because we as adults, we have the ability to decipher certain verbiages and so forth. How do we know that the verbiages that is given to us are true when it was then and not now? Because if it was written if it was in a book and it's written, I can speak like this and probably out the pit can understand this concept. If the language that is originally written has been altered to fit what is needed to understand,
Jim Crow went altered.
Don't let them finish.
How is it true? That's the only question I ask. Because some of us understand that the Torah is much different than the Bible. The Quran is much different than the Bible. The way of religion is based off of how one is following it. But yet many say that the words are actually true. How is that possible?
For me, you can remove religion out of this for me. The facts of Jim Crow and the facts of things that happened to my ancestors, you can remove religion out of that for me. I don't even deal with religion when it's come to this topic.
Okay. Well, my ancestors, I apologize, but my ancestors were snatched up off an island and brought over to what they called America. When they turned around, how do you discover something where somebody's already living? My people were snatched up from an island. We were comfortable where we was at. We weren't bothering everybody. We were surrounded by water. But all of a sudden, a boat came by, said, we're going to teach you something new, snatched up those that actually didn't understand the language, and they were overtaken and brought over to someplace else. And the language we spoke, the people they didn't understand it. So I can say, indigenous, I too am an indigenous person bloodline, and my people suffer the same thing. But can I say I understood what they went through? Can I say I know what they went through? I can't, because I wasn't there. Even with all the literature that I have read about it, I cannot even fathom what they went through. Because I cannot believe that the stories are true.
Well, let me say this. The question was, how does the glue, once the glue is removed, what was the question, Zach? Once the family glue.
That question has been going for fucking 30 minutes.
No, it's not. It's still present because this is how this topic even came along from that question.
It's how we got here, but it's
not
this
is how we got here.
Yeah, I think it was the highway we got here, but I think we done took like 4 exits.
But we can bring it back in. We can bring it back. We can definitely
exits away.
We can definitely bring it back.
I'm finna kick Uncle Jay fucking tethering ass off this motherfucker. You know he coming.
I'm gonna jump out. I caused enough trouble.
Yeah, we in a whole nother state at this point.
I'm eating my popcorn and just listening.
No, but we can bring it back in. We can reel it back in off this question. Off of this feedback, we can definitely reel it back in.
Let's see you pull this hat trick. Let's go.
Because the question was, how does the glue of the family, once they're removed, what was the question, bro? Zach.
That's why I told you. I don't forgot the goddamn question.
Because that wasn't even the original topic. The original topic is, when do we know when to cut family off because of toxicity?
No, we've been done with that. We've been done with that because, bro, after we was done with that, bro, Stat went on to say, okay, well, we moving on to this next question, which is
about the glue.
the glue
Once the
of
glue
the
is
family. Once
removed,
the
yeah.
glue is removed from the family, does that was that do we look at the glue of the family more of a hindrance, or was it preservation? Pretty much was the question. Am I wrong, Sag?
Okay, let's just say that is the
But
question. What the hell they got?
what's the relevance
It
Right.
got a
though?
lot to do with it.
What's
I
the
just
What the hell they
relevance?
got?
try this thing back in now.
Will it back in? Come on now.
Come on, sis. Come on.
I'm rooting for you now, but
Hold
come
on.
on now.
I want to see how you gonna goddamn do this one here.
This is gonna be hard. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, let's go.
Sis
Cook.
got it. Sis got it. Let's go, sis. Go.
Let's go. Hey,
I've been
I'm
drinking,
rooting
so
for
I know
your ass. Let's
I
go,
couldn't
sis.
do it. This wine that hit me, I
I don't
couldn't
told him.
do it. But you go ahead.
I don't spoke highly of Ladybug in these YouTube streets. I need you to do this.
Don't.
Hey, I've seen her do crazier shit. So come on.
Cause this nigga here came in here and went straight left. He had his own agenda coming in this motherfucker.
We gonna reel it back in.
Coming in this bitch.
He
We gonna
came.
reel it back in.
He touched down to cause hell. Let's be honest.
Well, I had to
He touched down and caused hell because he
got
said
awakened in the chat.
that-
He got awakened in the chat. She talking about her Gullah Geechee history and all this shit. Goddamn, like
Hell, even top to bottom said it in the chat. Come on, man.
man, y'all give him a split. Hey, rile the fuck up in this motherfucker, man. Shit.
come on, Split. That right, Split.
Look here.
That's what I need.
With all due respect and all sincerity,
Shout out.
I
to
mean
Split,
no
dog.
harms.
Shout out to Split.
Absolutely. This is
I just see things a whole lot different than most folk. That's all. So no
And
harm
that's
intended,
okay,
no
brother.
pun intended.
that's okay, brother. That is okay. So to
white
reel it back
supremacy?
in to the question about the glue, since you wanted to come in and be the glue.
I ain't trying to be the glue.
I'm just talking shit, brother. But at the end of the because you stated that the trauma don't exist. That's what you said. You said
Yeah.
there's no possible way that the trauma can exist.
The trauma is a lie.
Yeah,
You said the trauma is a lie. It don't basically that's basically saying that's a lie. It don't exist.
Not necessarily.
I expressed it. I said it's based off how it was told.
Yeah, I don't. That's why we brought him on here. I don't necessarily think, that's what he was saying. That's why I wanted to get on some clarification on what he was saying as far as the trauma being a lie. Because the trauma, so what I'm hearing, he's saying the trauma is real, but you got real
based
trauma.
on a lie.
No, he said it's a lie.
No, he said it's real, but it's based on a lie.
Yeah,
it's based on a lie. Exactly.
Because we personally didn't experience it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we are told as the trauma of the being, the trauma we told it is not really that. That's my point. So that's the lie.